Lectures stink. Let's just get that out of the way. What's up, students, parents, teachers, anybody who's interested in supporting kids with executive function challenges? My name's Seth Perler, SethPerler.com. Lectures stink. I'm going to talk to you about a student I was coaching the other day. I've been working with a student for a couple years now, and we were chatting about some stuff, and she asked me about, the question was, let me see this, okay. How do I pay attention to lectures? So she's taking a personal finance class. It doesn't matter, though. She is a senior in high school. It doesn't matter if you're in middle school or college or whatever. The information, this will help you regardless. But she was asking, how do I pay attention during the lectures? And I have a few things. I'm going to tell you sort of how I worked with her so that you can kind of use these ideas yourself. But the first thing that I want her and you to know is that lectures stink. When it comes to actual learning and evidence, scientific evidence and research about lectures is one of the worst ways to learn something. Yet, our school system, at least in the United States, and I know I have people from different countries, but our school system is heavily based on lectures. So lectures tend to be boring, uninteresting. Kids are at different places, so it's a lot of times hard for it. Anyhow, I could go on and on about why lectures stink. You can fill in the blanks as to why lectures stink. But since we do have them, they are something that we need to make the best out of. So in terms of your education, you want to learn as much as you can in your life so that you can have an awesome life. So we want to get as much value as we can out of the lectures. You want to get your good grades for whatever that's worth. I'm not a grades person, but this is going to be a little 4-part series, and this is part 1, and I'm going to tell you how I coach this student and what happened. So as we were talking about this, what I was doing when I'm coaching somebody, I want them to come up with their own solutions. I will offer solutions when it's time, but I hold back because it's always better if parents or teachers or coaches or anybody can help somebody come to their own answers, because usually we do know the answers, and that's very empowering. So that's sort of my philosophy around this. And the way that I was doing that in this particular day is I was doing temperature checks, which I often do different versions of different types of temperature checks with students. And what I asked this student is, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, 1 being the worst, I was asking, what would you give yourself on a scale of 1 to 10 in terms of how well you're paying attention to the lectures, like with what you're doing? What would you give yourself? And the student said that they would give themselves a 6 or a 7 out of 10, 6 or a 7. So whenever I do a temperature check, I always ask, well, my glasses are super crooked and it's driving me nuts. It's driving you nuts. You probably don't even notice or care. But I'm a real human being, and my inner critic is like, ooh, it's crooked. Anyhow, back to it. So they said 6 or 7. And my question, when a student gives me a number, the follow-up question that I have to that is why? And then she told me why, which is not important at this moment. And then I said, what would it take to get it to be a solid 8? So they said 6 or 7. I'm saying, what would it take to get it an 8? I'm not saying what would it take to get it to a 10. So for those of us adults who are perfectionistic and want our kids to do everything perfectly, that's not helping. It's not reality, and it doesn't help people feel like something is a size that's manageable, bite size, that they can be successful at. So I break things down. How can it be an 8? And this is what this student said. In order to make it an 8, they gave me some very good ideas. 1, they said turn off the notifications on their phone. They said that what we came up with is that the notifications on their phone and computer were distracting, and the student came up with this themselves. Again, I'm not telling them. They're telling me, yeah, this is distracting. I get all these notifications. So here is what we did. 1, we turned off every single notification that we possibly could turn off. 2, we changed the types of notifications for some things so that it wouldn't make an audible sound, or that it wouldn't vibrate, or that you'd have to manually look at it if you wanted to see the notification. 3, we deleted apps that the student really doesn't need that they were getting notifications on. So again, this one we were looking at lectures, and we were looking at how can this student pay attention to lectures when it's really hard to pay attention, and what sorts of things could we do around that. So in video number 2, I'm going to be talking about, in this one I said, what would it take to get it to an 8? Next, I said, what would it take to get it to a 9? And I'll tell you why I asked them that question in this, because I don't always ask that in this case. All right, my name's Seth Perler. Check me out at sethperler.com. If you like what I'm doing, share it with your friends right now. Share this video or my website, and leave a comment if you have any ideas right now or takeaways. Pop it in the comments right now and let us know. And you can give it a thumbs up and a like and all the things to support me if you want. Take care. I'll see you in a moment.